Okay, so here's an old song, and only certain people will know this song, but it has one of the best opening bass lines of any song ever written.
Are you gonna play it on bass?
I wish if I could play bass. Life is like a hurricane here in Bramblecast. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a podcast. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. Bramblecast. Woo! Every day they're out there making Bramblecast. Tales of daring. See, everybody know it.
That bass line slaps.
It does slap, doesn't it?
That might be your best one yet.
You know what's so great about that, Nick, and for everybody that's just listening to us and seeing us now live, is that the last 15 minutes have been total shit,
Fucking chaos.
All like Jack and Chris have been like on the other side of the internet and back again. And I'm producing now, so you know that shit got weird. But Nick, in one song, you brought us all together and happy again.
Happy.
Yeah, you can't not hear DuckTales and be mad.
Well,
I apologize for the delay. It was my internet just won't work.
and it's working now that I think this is a long
Well,
time to get
it would be that'd be above my pay scale to be that smart, but no, when you're hosting, you're using more. It takes
that
more.
is you do,
And
yeah.
so that's I'm having problems with our upstairs internet, and it just whatever reason will not work in this room.
Yeah, it's a long con.
Yeah, so it may take a year to fix.
Okay, Nick. Sounds like you're next.
Well, it was amazing how, because even Jack mentioned it like 2-3 months ago. Like, I had different routers in different rooms, but I moved one into this room, and then I haven't had a problem since. Knock on wood. But because it helped improve that it was just here, so it doesn't have far for it to go through walls and stuff. So that greatly helps.
Well, I had one in here, and for 2-3 months it was perfect. Google Fiber, and all of a sudden, since we come back and had COVID and all the other stuff, it keeps saying there's a loose wire somewhere. I don't know where the fuck loose wire is at.
Oh, you coughed too loud.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but it's just like it's such a pain in the ass because I was doing Survivor last night.
That works, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
I was doing Survivor last night,
Right.
and what I did is I took it outside the hallway and I leave the door open, and it worked perfect. Today it said "fuck you." I ain't working. Fuck you. Then it said DuckTales. Woo! And everything got happy.
Exactly. It's rambling.
I'm happy again. Happy.
Well,
I'm doing the show from my phone because when I tried to reset my computer to fix the other bullshit that was happening, it started installing Sonoma 4.0. I was like, fuck. Like, when you turn off a computer or you shut a computer down like after it's downloaded an update and it just gives you that progress bar. I was like,
right.
The progress bar from hell.
I was ready to quit.
Well,
and I'm not a quitter.
The Owen and Baru's crew here. We had already recorded an episode of regarding Ahsoka.
So Chris has done his podcasting limit, really.
For the day, yeah.
I'm getting there.
He put in his hour. Yeah,
I'm fucking getting there. Let's get this shit on the road before I fall asleep.
He goes, "Wait, aren't you recording that?" I go, "Yeah, 10 o'clock." She goes, 10 o'clock. I go, I know.
These assholes.
The things I do.
Wars,
but I didn't eat dinner till like 9:20.
I ate dinner at 8:54, and I came down here right afterwards.
Zach had a baseball game, and he got in trouble because for whatever reason he won't tuck in his shirt. And I keep telling him, I said, it's a disadvantage to you not to tuck in your shirt because you're not showing where your strike zone is. Now, of course, it's 9 and 10-year-old. If you've ever seen an umpire those games, it's like having what's his name, Hernandez from the major leagues. Ref your games. I mean, the strike zone's all over the place, but
right.
So he had to tuck in his shirt in front of everybody before he batted.
Oh, that's
I'm like going, who's their parents? who's
Get the parents out here. God.
I go, who's raising this kid? My God.
I just see him pouting too, his little lip out there.
Yeah, but anyway, I brought him sunflower seeds, so he was happy.
Original or chip flavored?
It was just originals. I was going to say Sanford and Son.
They make a sunflower.
They're trash. They're trash. They're trash sunflower seeds.
Oh, okay.
No, David's and Son. David and Son.
Trash.
I think it's just David.
It's just David's.
Yeah.
David's. I thought it was David and Son.
No,
it's definitely not. It's just David's. They're the best.
I think it's David and Son.
I think you're thinking of the sun is in the flour.
They've got all kinds of flavors now. Like I was in a gas station not too long ago, and when we were growing up, it was just original, barbecue, and ranch. That's all you had. And now they've got all kinds of
no, when I was growing up, it was just original.
Yeah, I know, Jack.
Yeah.
I was trying not to make you feel old, but
When I was growing up, it was just sawdust flavored.
That's right. You just pull them right out of the flour.
Now you got like dill pickle. You got ranch. I saw like pizza the other day.
I think they have teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki was one of them. They had the
wasabi.
The salt and pepper. Salt and pepper was like the first like jump into that like extra flavors. They were all right. Barbecue.
And they were a good rap group.
They have nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm looking. I'm right. I swear it used to be David and Son sunflower seeds.
It could be, but
the cracked pepper are pretty good. But of course I can't sleep for a couple weeks after having them.
Yeah. I mean, maybe David started it, and then his son killed David, and then he just kept it as David.
Wow, Buffalo style ranch jalapeno.
I was thinking of it as more like this, like the sons tried to screw David over, and he was like
bacon mac cheese.
That could be
that doesn't sound good. Bacon mac cheese.
Bacon mac and cheese.
No.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
I like the barbecue. The barbecue and
barbecue
the
makes
pepper.
sense. You can't go wrong with barbecue.
Yeah.
So
spaghetti and tuna fish. Yeah.
That's where you go wrong.
People are crying for that. I gotta have it. Now that Nick brings that up, last week he talked about the foods that made America.
Oh, you started watching that? Isn't that good?
I started watching, but first I watched Booze, Bets, and Sex That Made America.
No, that sounds like a good place to start.
Yeah. So that was pretty interesting because it was on how condoms used to be illegal, and the guy that started the condoms, he started with the sausage, stuff, and then he met the guy from Goodyear after he got arrested. He met the guy from Goodyear, and he developed rubbers and stuff like that. And so, but it was illegal to sell condoms in America at the time. And then of course the booze and prohibition, which cost the government so much in taxes. And of course sex. And it showed how Vegas started. I mean, I knew pretty much all of that, but
I figured you would, Jack. You lived through it. So
yeah, it's true. But the foods that made America, season 1, I finished it yesterday. I was like, okay, this will be all right. Yeah. I've seen the Men That Build America, the front, all the other stuff. And I said, no, this will be okay. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's really, really interesting. And like I said, the part with Post.
Yeah. The cereals.
And he goes and steals Kellogg's.
Yeah.
But so of course, Kellogg, the doctor, was a dick.
He was a dick. Yeah.
He was.
So Chris and Matt.
I love the drunk history with Kellogg. That's a good one.
Yeah, like the Chris. That's actually very interesting because Kellogg was a physical therapist. He worked at Sanitarium, and he made this. He made cornflakes, or not cornflakes. He made
granola.
Grape nuts.
Grape nuts, but he called it granola.
Granola, yeah. And so he did this, as a
Have
way.
You guys ever fucking had grape nuts?
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's awful. Yeah.
And there's no grapes in it.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
John the Retired Guy said yes. David. It used to be called David and Son.
Okay.
Go ahead.
There was a mutiny.
Back when you old fuckers used to have them.
David was like, "Fuck that."
So anyway, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, but Chris. It's a really that one's. I mean, all of them are great. Like I particularly like the one of White Castle and Nathan's Hot Dogs. I haven't got to that.
If they added barbecue flavor to grape nuts, would that sell better?
Totally sell it.
Well, the thing that's fascinating
Ranch,
is
grape nuts.
Post.
yeah.
What's I can't remember his first name. Post, but
Yeah.
he actually goes to the sanitarium where
he goes. He goes.
Dr. Kellogg's is there.
Yeah,
he's getting help,
and then steals it. Yeah,
and he steals the idea because the doctor was it Will?
I heard it.
Was it Will?
I don't remember their first names. Yeah, but
I think Chris and I are in another level.
That's okay. Will Kellogg's. He wanted to sell the cereal
on the 10 milligram level.
Well, the brother, yeah,
the doctor's like, "Oh, you're a loser. You'll screw it up. You're a dick. I'm not doing it."
Yeah, and he's the one that invented cornflakes. Yeah.
So
fuck that dude. Cornflakes are shit too.
And corn.
That's why you have to frost them.
The cornflake. It was actually by accident.
Seriously, yeah, but sugar in that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why they came up with Frosted Flakes.
Or
it's almost as good as Special K. That's just a horseshit cereal.
Do they still sell that?
Same with Cheerios too, by the way, until they came up with Fruit Loops. But look, the only thing.
Wait, are you dumping on Cheerios?
I'm dumping on the fact that Cheerios
are boring.
Wait, Cheerios and Cheerios and cornflakes, the same thing. As a child, you're like, I'll eat this, Mom, if I can put sugar on it,
dude.
Right.
The Honey Nut Cheerios were awesome.
We're not talking about Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios,
boring, bland
Cheerios.
Personally, I'm an apple cinnamon Cheerios.
I mean, the thing is about Chris, you have to understand, Chris is from Boston, and they're tough as nails, and they want Captain Crunch, the fiberglass version, and everything else.
Fuck up the roof of my mouth.
Yeah,
no, it's Crunch Berries. Jack and I are right about this. Is there a versus on cereal? Have we ever done that?
I think we have, but
I think we tried it.
But I find it fascinating.
We tried it.
I think we did do it. I'm pretty sure I picked Pebbles.
If you haven't seen it, I'll back Nick on that. You have. It's fascinating.
What if we just did Kellogg cereals?
Yeah, we can do that.
No, you go all cereals.
But no, I like that, and of course the McDonald's brothers and how McDonald's was founded. And I'm watching. I go, if Ray Kroc wouldn't have been such a dick and been ingenious, there would be no San Diego Padres because they would have moved to Washington before he bought them.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what I was watching. But the one I like best is Post's daughter. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
She actually took the company to.
Yeah, who really
I got you.
Took it to the next
I
level.
know what you're talking about.
She took it to a different. She merged with Birdseye,
Yahoo.
And she was married to, and you guys don't remember this,
AOL.
Gmail.
She was married 3 times, but she was married. She has a daughter that was a famous actress who was married to Cliff Robinson, who was in the JFK movie. You guys have never seen PT 109.
You don't know me.
I've talked about before. You guys,
PT
109. Who's Cliff Robinson?
So for everyone out there, the edibles are finally kicking in for the 2 on the left side.
You don't know me.
So, but it's just how she took it, and then she changed the name to General Foods.
Right. Well, it's things like even like Nabisco. When you get to that episode, I have always just called it Nabisco, never knowing what Nabisco meant until I was like, oh, that's
you really emphasize.
What does it mean? What's Nabisco mean?
National Biscuit Company.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But you say it like Nabisco.
Nabisco.
How else would you say it?
Nabisco.
I don't know. Nabisco.
So, fun story from 23 years ago when I lived on the beach.
Wait, was I done? Was I finished?
Oh, sorry. Were you?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like the wind.
So I was living on the beach, and one of my roommates, his father was a truck driver for Nabisco, and he had the Cape Cod was his route. So he drove by our house. He drove by our house every week, and he would just drop off big things that would fall off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we had so many.
Well, since you guys probably had the munchies then, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's the same as like in the little bitty town that I grew up in, not the town I went to school, but it was like 100 people.
The smaller town.
I don't know if it was even 100 people.
Smaller.
It's basically a train junction is where I lived, and like there's like a few houses around it. Like,
okay, the railroad tracks that you grew up around.
But every Halloween, you only had like a handful of houses to go trick or treating at, and one of the guys' house, he was a truck delivery guy, like Chris was saying, for Frito-Lay. So he would always give full bags of chips.
Fucking awesome.
And you're like, you got score!
That's awesome.
So
maybe I still
was living in that small town.
Doritos.
He was also drunk off his ass and yelling at you guys like, "Don't ever fucking come around here and turn up my yard.
Just don't toilet paper my yard."
Yeah, basically, like, don't fuck around my yard.
Mm-hmm.
Give you an old bag this year.
And I wanted to ask you, Nick, Hershey. I've tried looking it up. Why did he pass on his right hand man for so long?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So
it's season one. It's
season one. Okay.
The start
because there can only be two.
Because Hershey is amazing.
Apprentice.
Yeah.
Well, Hershey is amazing because he built a factory and he wanted his workers to have good housing and all this different. He built all that before he had the ingredients for Hershey's chocolate.
Wow.
I'm like going, okay, is he a genius or is he just nuts?
Yeah. Of course.
Well, Jay was saying Hershey's chocolate tastes like throw up.
Oh,
fuck off.
He goes, it's been proven.
Oh my God.
I go, you don't like Hershey Kisses? He goes, no. I go,
I love how
like Matt, it's real milk chocolate.
Yeah. Matt accused me in the last podcast of being not even a half glass empty person. I'm like a quarter empty person.
You're a quarter.
Yeah.
But then, like, a shot glass full.
But then Jay, but then a shot glass full, yeah. But then like Jay, who loves everything, can be even more negative Nancy than I can be, depending on the topic.
Like, he fucking read somewhere with some chocolatier nerd probably shat on Hershey's, and now he's like, well, it tastes like shit. No.
Well, I heard Mr. Chobani say.
Yeah. I go, who hates Hershey's?
Nobody.
I go, it was milk because I go, what he had some Swiss chocolate.
So Mr. Hershey was basically like, I got all of these employees together. Now I'm gonna make them kisses.
Well, it's like, whenever, which I know Jackson, I'm not sure about that. I'm sure the other two guys too. Like, when you go to Europe, that's usually pure chocolate and actually what it's supposed to taste like. Where we put like wax, cocaine. We put wax in our chocolate, which gives it this duller
taste.
Conserving.
We're conserving it.
Well, in Europe, though,
is good to get through.
They used, I don't know about now, but back then they used water instead of milk. He wanted to use milk, and that was the problem. Okay. He's building all this stuff. Then his employees got mad at him, even though he paid him. He kept him during the Great Depression. He didn't lay anybody off. He paid him well. He all this different stuff. Well, he built the town of Hershey that has Hershey Park,
right?
Hershey Bear. He was building stadiums and all this different stuff. He said to make his employees have something to do, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So they got pissed because he goes, "That's bullshit. Why is he not giving the money to us?" So they went on a strike.
Because they wanted Hershey squirts.
Yes, exactly. I was talking about when he retired. He didn't name the president. He hired someone else as the CEO.
Oh,
which pissed the guy off, and he went to work.
He became Twix.
Ours, and he helped make the M&Ms.
Just the left.
Oh wow,
the M&Ms.
His name was M, and of course the other guy's name was M. So
yeah, that's how M&Ms.
And Jay says, "I don't like M&Ms because
I don't want to hear about Jay not liking M&Ms. You don't like M&Ms. What the fuck?
Well, they're made with Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah.
So
even though Jay's head has a thin candy shell. So
he says, "I go, you don't like M&Ms?" He goes, "No." He goes, "All
M&Ms are so good."
The only thing Hershey's good with is it has peanuts in it.
Jay's lost his childhood.
Yeah.
So if you can't enjoy an M&M,
I mean, his kid won't tuck his shirt in at baseball.
What are the toys good for? So,
I know.
M&Ms, in my experience, M&Ms are the only chocolate that tastes exactly the same throughout the entire world.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it's true.
World traveler.
How about Reese's Pieces, though? Let's talk about Reese's Pieces.
You mean the actual pieces, or do you mean the Buttercups?
Pieces.
The pieces.
Pieces.
Underrated.
You mean the butter bar?
Massively underrated candy.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Delicious.
I
would choose them. I would choose them over an M&M.
Really? What I like to do. Here's my favorite. Here's my pecking order.
Okay.
There's M&M. There's peanut butter M&M, and then you throw in the Reese's with the peanut butter M&Ms and the M&Ms. It's like a whole handful. You go in, scoop them up. Oh,
I don't know if you guys saw this.
Nick needs new insulin after just hearing us talk about this. Is what he's trying to say.
I think
he's about to go beep beep beep.
Call 911. Call 911.
I did not see this. I've never seen them, but I don't go to Costco. But apparently, Costco had Reese's Pieces Buttercup animal crackers.
What?
So they take the animal cracker.
Yeah.
On one side's chocolate, the other side is peanut butter.
Interesting. I will look for this next time I'm at Costco, which I'm going tomorrow, guys.
I will keep an eye out for that because that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. But you know, things with Costco, they come in waves.
It's they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they had this lemon blueberry loaf thing that they were baking. Delicious. It had a crumbleberry top. It was so good. And every time I went there, they had it. And then all of a sudden, it's gone.
You know why? Because you're the only one that liked it.
No, I think it was like a spring, summertime thing.
That's another one you'll like, Jack, is the Walmart versus Costco versus the one that was down in the Southwest that's just no longer there. But like it was
and we have BJ's.
That was another one that's really good.
Hey, we got it too.
We got BJ's too.
BJ's. We're all married. We only go to the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not allowed in BJ's.
That's like our go-to. Costco is not really prevalent around here. It's definitely BJ's because their home office is like right over there.
Now, since
whenever Jack goes into BJ's, he's like, "I'm out." Like, just jack me out of here.
I'm not sure if they've made it to the Northeast or even Indiana yet, but like I think there's one around Jack, like the Buc-ee's gas stations now are like becoming they're just a big. Have you not heard of any of that?
They're turning to Walmarts.
Yeah, they're basically it was a gas station, and now they're like these mega gas stations that have all this shit. And people are freaking out about it. Like, it's a fucking gas station, people.
Right.
Yeah. What does it have?
People up here.
Food there and stuff?
Yeah, they got like tons of shit. Like it's actually, I see a lot of people wearing their shirts around here. I think there might be one in like outside of New York City. I think.
Isn't it weird that Champion as a brand is all of a sudden like had like back in the day, Champion was not like it was not. It was like the Walmart brand. Like
see, that's interesting you say that because I remember as a kid. In like I would say between like 4th and 6th grade, Champion got huge. Like it was like a big deal. And I remember it was all about like if you didn't have the embroidered C,
right,
you were wearing the shit Champion,
right.
And like there was a time in which the bigger the embroidery, the better. Like if you had like the huge, and I didn't wear those, but you had like the huge like Champion across the chest, kind of like went all around the back. Those were like a status symbol.
Yeah, when I was growing up, Champion was not. It was Converse.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah, Rydell and a lot of other ones.
Well, not Rydell. It was Converse. Then came Adidas because they brought the Stan Smiths were leather. You could keep. You could.
We've all seen Air.
Exactly, and then Nike came out.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everything comes in fads though, like because like I mean, you think about like tennis shoes, for example. You know, depending on what group you were in, like, you know, like, because like I never wore K-Swiss, but like there were so many kids I knew who loved K-Swiss, and I was like, all right, whatever. And
how many people in your town could that be?
I mean, I never rocked Adidas. I only rocked Pumas.
Fuck you, Jack. Anyway, but then like you know, like I've always liked New Balance, but then like New Balance are no longer cool. Apparently, I don't know.
Apparently,
they're coming back.
Well, I'm old, so I'm allowed to wear New Balance.
And then like Timberland boots, for example, like they used to be actually proper hiking boots. And they went through like a wrapper. You know, it was named Timberland, so they went through like a different, and then so they lost the original crowd, and then they got a different crowd, and
now they just do podcasting crowd.
Right.
When I was
slippers.
When I was a kid, wearing Wallabies. You were a nerd. I had wallabies
for sure.
because you know
you actually had to go kill the wallaby and then like make it into a shoe.
And so, but then later on in life, when I think when suddenly they were cool, I go, that's bullshit. I spent a lifetime being picked on for those, and now they're cool. Now they're cool. That's bullshit. It should be if they're not cool, they should just be not cool forever. That should be.
And that's when the company dies.
Yeah,
Jack. Never mind.
I mean, what does Jay know anyway? I mean, Jay like doesn't like M&Ms, so
I've never had.
I don't even like chocolate, and I like M&Ms.
What I really want to know is when are we going to take a commercial break?
Never.
How about now? Now, do it now.
Okay, fine.
I did see a movie. A movie. And Chris would probably like to see this because he talked about it on the podcast.
Oh,
he talks about a lot of things.
Okay.
Dumb Money. It's a story of what's a video store? I forgot it.
The GameStop.
How that just went crazy, and I told Cindy afterwards, like, I remember Chris talking. She goes, "Well, why don't you buy the stock?" He didn't bring it up until it was like $500 a share. I go,
right.
He didn't bring it up when it was first going on. When was it Super Kitty or Electric Kitty, whatever the guy's name was. But no, I remember you talking about it, and it's amazing how they show this one girl. It was actually the girl from Ugly Betty, and what's that Superstore, whatever it was. Anyway, her character had almost $600,000, and this guy's kept like, "You got to sell. Your kid needs braces." She goes, "No, I'm going to trust Super Kitty." But there was whole behind the scenes with the mega rich people, because this was all just average people building it up. Matt says, I was excellent. I thought it was fascinating. But yeah, some people got screwed because the rich people and the politicians who never brought charges against the rich people, and that was both sides. Mm-hmm. And they just said, "Oh, because why would we charge someone when they're giving us stuff, little tips and stuff on what stocks to buy and stuff? Why would we prosecute them for being complete assholes?" Right. But that's just how your government works. But if you haven't,
Jon Stewart had a really great breakdown about the stock market, and that he brings that up, and it's on his show on Apple Plus. So he has a great breakdown of that, the GameStop and how its implications, even its larger implications on what we don't know that happens with Wall Street. So. That's what the movie was saying. There's different stuff you're like going, that makes sense, but it's just amazing that it just took off because this guy had a channel. I don't know if it was Twitch or YouTube, whatever it was, or maybe it was Reddit, or was Reddit? Yeah, it was Reddit. Mm-hmm. And he starts with like 47 viewers, and then he just built, and he ended up making like 30 million. But part of it though too was because there were so many hedge funds on there. That were against it, that it would fail,
and that's what they're showing.
But it bucked the system. That was the other thing too. Is like all of these people that make money off of these hedge funds. It's like it rifled it in a way that kind of changes things, and yet.
Seth Rogen lost $20 billion.
Oh anyway, no! He lost 20 billion. 20 billion? Are you sure? I don't think he's billion.
Did he lose 20 million, or did
I'm sorry. His character.
Oh, what?
Oh, it was his character. He was in the movie.
Okay. Well, then that makes more sense.
Who's the guy from Parks and Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec?
Oh, he's in it.
He's a real dick in this movie.
Okay, cool.
And he literally undermined everything where people lost a lot of money, and that's the guy they didn't go after.
Huh.
So why? Because
it's called.
What's interesting though is that like that whole phenomenon made some really people really, really rich. Like normal Joes got rich because they followed what's his name, Soaring Kitty, whoever his name was. People made a lot of money off of this.
Yeah,
and a lot of people also lost too. But
because what was going on with what's that? Robinhood,
right?
They were pressured, and they fucked people over too.
Yeah, because you couldn't buy on Robinhood anymore too. They stopped it.
You couldn't sell.
You couldn't sell, and so when it was dropping, people could. It was so criminal what was going on. Yeah, and again. None of these people got,
but some of this
because both sides are getting
with
rich.
with Robinhood. Some of that whole scheming goes back to Madoff, and it was based on Bernie Madoff schemes. So, it's
as long as the politicians are making money off the criminals, it'll never change.
No,
it'll never. People in public office should not be allowed to buy stock.
Not at all.
And any one of their relatives should not be allowed to buy stock because they're just going to turn and give the information to them.
Well, John, the retired guy, he says that he bought stock in the RCAD this afternoon, which I'm shocked because I didn't even know that we had stock.
Yeah, they're a penny stock. Yeah,
we did, but it went from
you buy all the stock for a penny.
its 52-week high was 3 cents, and it just crashed today. Sorry, John.
Yeah.
Sorry, John. I hope you didn't buy a lot because
Well, you can become a patron and help this show out. So I guess that is our
that.
stock. Yeah. So,
I just read the chat.
Jack hasn't been reading the chat for a long time. People.
I just read it. I read the private chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's a private
you,
chat.
Chris.
I almost said that out loud. I was like, oh, I can't say that.
No, it probably wouldn't play well.
No.
It's funny. It's funny though.
Thank you.
I did that. I saw it. I go, okay. Took me a second. I went, oh my
God. One thing that I wanted to find out was I wanted to find out the results of the RCAD.
Yep.
And I'm going to phone a friend on this. Oh, you got it pulled up. Awesome. Great. I'm curious because
that was a disco music, right?
The disco music.
Okay. This was an interesting conversation.
I can't believe you didn't choose this one.
Yeah, we had a lot of people bitching.
Oh, I bet.
It's I go, just listen to it. Jamie said something. I go, did you listen?
No.
And she goes, oh. I go, then I don't want to hear it.
And also for anybody that comments and doesn't listen, keep in mind some of these conversations we're just now.
They're not going to hear this. Like,
yeah, but okay, but to be clear,
they don't. Fuck them.
But to be clear, like the three of us had no idea what Jack was going to say, so we had no time to research. It was just
I didn't know what anyone was going to pick. I assumed people were going to pick some of the more popular ones.
But I went with what came to mind and what was in my heart. So it is what it is. So you know what, if you want to give your pick, you can also be on the show.
Your own show.
Oh.
Yeah. Chris went farther with it, but we're on the same page tonight. All right, what are the results?
Yeah, we had a total of 65 votes.
Wow,
okay. That's cool.
Okay.
In fourth place,
with
9 votes.
Oh no.
La Freak by Cheek.
Oh, come on, people. Yeah. This is a beautiful one. I love that song.
So you were last, Matt?
Matt was last. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not.
At least I'm not last.
Yes. Not my. Well, I don't get to pick the next verses. That's the thing.
True.
Oh, I'm just saying I'm happy. I'm not because I figured I'd be last.
No. In third place with 13 votes, Disco Inferno by the Tramps.
Oh,
who had that one?
Which was mine. Me.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is the second time that
it's coming down to me and Chris.
Chris and Nick and Matt.
We need to have one of those Miss America moments where you're holding hands,
Yeah, you're like holding hands there. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I love you regardless.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Aww. Okay. So who will serve the next versus in case the winner does not hold up their end of the bargain?
I'm not holding my end up.
With 19 votes, Night Fever by the Bee Gees is second.
Oh!
So I won.
Yeah.
Jack won.
The winner with 24 votes is
you went by 5.
Get Down Tonight by KC and the Sunshine Band.
Well, that just shows you how white your audience is.
Make a little love. Tonight. Okay, so you want to do another one?
Yeah, no, it's your pick.
I have one.
Okay, it's your pick,
right,
man.
I want to do songs that you like and love that other people just fucking can't stand.
Well, I already have one. It's called The Freak.
Yeah.
Oh man. Songs
we need the dice.
Oh shit. Okay.
I can't do the dice. I don't have a computer right now. Someone's got to do it.
You're putting us on the spot.
Here. I'll do the. I'll bring up the dice while you guys start to think about this. Okay.
I already have one. I'm sure that no one else is going to pick it.
Well, yeah. Clearly, you had this locked and loaded, man.
Well, I didn't know I was winning. I didn't think I'd win this week. I said, well, the next time I'm going to choose this.
Yeah, I had one. I had an idea in my mind, but I didn't think I was going to be the belle of the ball. So,
a song that you like that people can't stand.
People can't stand.
It's been the critics hate it. Everybody hates it. But
critics hate it.
Like it just everybody. Everybody hates it.
Everybody hates the song. But I like
I've got it.
Are these good? I haven't tried these yet.
I don't know. Okay, all right. You guys can see this up here. I'll roll myself first.
Oh, how
that sounds really wrong. Here, let's go with an 8-sided dice. Okay, ready?
That's a double.
8.
8.
Matt, I'll write down. Matt got 8.
All right. I'm gonna let Nick. He came in third. I'll roll for Nick.
Oh, I came in third. Oh, gotcha. Never mind.
You got 11. Sorry, I messed up our dice. We have a lot more out.
And Nick, it can't be one of your songs that leads in the show.
This is Chris.
DuckTales.
Can't be any one of them.
Chris got 7, and last Jack gets 11.
11.
All right, so we have a roll off between Nick and Jack. I'll go with Nick first here. Here is Nick's roll. It's a 6. Ooh, that's looking bad. And last we get Jack with 9. So it's gonna go Jack.
So
Nick, Chris,
Jack, you get to post this poll on Facebook because I've done the last 3.
Why do I have to do it?
It's your pick.
All right.
He's annoyed with doing the.
I don't want to do it anymore.
He's got to read the show blurb.
That's right. I got to do everything.
Wait, time out. I think the person that wins shouldn't have to post it.
You have 2 people that aren't even on Facebook here. And
that's true.
All right, I'll post it.
I have to write the show notes. I have to write a song.
Who the fuck still uses Facebook?
That's true. Nick does a lot for the show. I'm amazed every week by all of the. He does. He writes a song. He writes the show blurb. He does the verses. He's kind of like the secretary of this whole. Like,
and he's getting paid accordingly. Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say he's getting paid
in those stocks, those stock options. Yeah.
Quarter glass full. Okay, so Jack, you get to go first. Then it's Nick, Chris, and then.
How are you going to post it so people can vote?
We always post them on Facebook, on the Facebook group.
It's on Facebook, Sherry.
You can also email us at rcadcast@gmail.com. You can always email in your vote. Yeah. We will tally that if you want to vote that way. So and that's probably the most honest way, because that means you've actually fucking listened to this episode.
Oh, you got to be careful in your wording, is what I meant. What did you say, Nick? Fuck you! Don't pick this song. I mean,
how are you gonna? You mean about your wording?
Oh, like, for this song,
like
for this one? Oh,
you mean like like you're saying like a song that we like.
It had to be a song you love, everybody else hates.
So basically, an annoying song.
No, I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna stick by my gun.
Song. All right, Sherry, you type in there what we should put, because if I have to do this, it's gonna be all.
Man, I don't. What song do I like that nobody else likes?
No one's gonna pick mine, so I can go if you want me to go.
I'm
no, you can't go for Jack's first. Wait, your turn.
I'm going with a song that the critics pan. It's been voted many times the worst song ever.
We built this city.
Exactly. I'm going with Jefferson Starship.
What?
We built this city.
I fucking love that song.
I love that song.
Well, how is it a song that how can all 4 of us like it, but it's canned?
I hate that song.
I don't think I've ever encountered someone who disliked that song.
Voted the #1 worst song ever. Because I always say we built this titty on silicone.
Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that ever.
We built this titty.
Bernie Thompson.
We built this titty on silicone.
Okay, well now I just have to Google worst songs.
Because
I'm.
But Sherry, you said you haven't typed in there what I should put. So yes, Jack's going with "We built this city on rock and roll." We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. So who's next?
Me. I'm gonna go with the song I liked a lot as a kid. A lot of people liked it, but the reason why people hate it is because once you start singing it, it gets stuck in your head, and then you're like, "Fuck this song," which is "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Are you looking at this listing too? Because I'm now just finding a listing, and that's on there
worry.
too.
Oh yeah,
really?
That's a commonly hated song.
What's his name sings that?
Bobby McFerrin.
Bobby McFerrin.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want that dinosaur. But not a lot of people know that song, so I'm gonna stick with "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
All right, am I third?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
So no one's gonna choose this one or vote for me, but I don't care. It's a song I couldn't fucking stand until my eyes and ears were opened up to how it was made, and the production value and how this song is built is incredible. And it's "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I challenge you, if you haven't
by who?
to the
Carly
breakdown,
Jepsen?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
I mean, you might actually win that because it's a fairly current song.
But I encourage you to Google.
Yeah, see, even Jeremy agrees.
Well, Jeremy, he was voting for me, and now he's already.
So
how's it call me?
I encourage you to you can Google search this guy Christian James Hand. He breaks down music. You guys, I've turned you guys onto him once or twice, where he breaks down like music and track by track.
I remember that guy.
Like he breaks down this song, and it is like the most incredibly produced song ever. When you break down all the different components of the melody and everything, it's fucking insane. So I grew this crazy like respect for this song because of how it's made.
Matthew Tree said, "I don't think Call Me Maybe is hated."
Really? I would think it is absolutely hated. Way more than Jefferson Starship.
I mean, what would Jay say?
I don't know. I don't like chocolate.
I hated it first.
I like it.
Boy, I had to Google what songs people were critically hated.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that I had some bearing, because I'm kind of, I mean, yeah, I know that there's some, but I have no gauge. I have no bearing. So based on this list and songs that I would still listen to today and not care, I'm going to go with "What's Up" by Four Non Blondes. So
What's up with who?
I like that song.
It's
I'm thinking What's Going On.
Isn't that What's Going On?
Yeah, the song
but it's
is
called What's Up. But it's
Yeah.
called What's Up.
That's a great song.
Okay.
I think it's a great song, but it's on this list, and I'm like, really?
what's it numbered
Hit
on
it,
your
Nick.
list?
Hit it,
The list
Nick.
I'm on,
Hit those
it's
notes.
16.
I say, hey,
Yes.
what's going on?
Yeah. So what's the number on yours you're looking at, Matt?
I don't have it as a list. I just was.
Because I have a list of 50, and of course, number 1 is Starship. We Built This City. But they have Achy Breaky Heart number 2. Then they said they have Wang Chung's Everyone Have Fun Tonight.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that song.
How is that?
Everybody have fun tonight.
I mean, you could say something like "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion, but I don't like that song to begin with. So.
And then they have Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. I can see that.
I almost chose that.
Hate that song all you want, but every white dude from 1986 on,
dude, if you
knows that song.
If you were, and any time if you had a radio in 1990 and you heard that song, you were just like, "Fuck this song! This is it."
Because there is like, I remember like there was this beef that people had because he totally ripped off Queen, right?
Yeah.
That Everyone Bites the Dust, but he claimed he didn't.
Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
I'm sorry, David
okay.
Bowie.
David Bowie, Queen. You were right. Yeah. It's the one David Bowie Queen.
It's Carl Weathers.
Queen. Anyways, right.
Yeah.
So
Carl Weathers. It's okay.
So they I remember my aunt like hated on Vanilla Ice when I was a kid because like he was like, "Oh fuck that, it's my own." I added a little extra bum bum in the middle of it, and he just created controversy around the song, which made kids love it.
Mm. But, yeah,
but it's just like Huey Lewis and the News is on here at number 6 with "Heart of Rock and Roll."
I like her.
I don't get it. I don't.
Rock and roll is to beat.
Well, Jeremy, then you need to email us in your vote.
Beach Boys Kokobo's on here.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't hate Kokobo.
I also loved that song when it came out. I listened to it endlessly. But now I can't.
Only with John Stamos plays.
At least with What's Up, I hear that song and I love it. So if it's critically hated or Bobby McFerrin, that's a good one. Because
Chris could have picked Sweet Home Alabama again.
Could have, I didn't. I was almost gonna pick Freebird.
No one hates Freebird.
There's some that I don't hate
Freebird. I mean, once you hear it, it's kind of like,
it's like
that song. That song broken down by track is fucking mind blowing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The final countdown. The final countdown.
Love that
song. One of the first songs I listened to on a cassette player. So, it also was kind of like the background theme of my parents' divorce. So
nice.
I was
I was thinking Arrested Development,
waiting to leave that.
It has where I lost it. Go ahead. I've lost the song.
Oh, okay.
It's on here somewhere. I'll find it again. Oh, Billy Joel's on the list.
Oh, I just saw him, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We didn't start the fire.
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, I can see that one.
How do you hate that song?
Fire. It's just because it's not really a melody. It's just
because you don't like history.
Yeah,
it's not really. It's not.
I went and saw.
How was the concert?
Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks on Saturday. It was fun. It sucked because it was raining, but
it's raining, man.
That's disco. Okay, we've moved on.
It was a great show. She went up there and played at least a dozen, maybe 15 songs, and then he went up there and played another 15, 20 songs. It was just it was two concerts of they took their greatest hits album and hit play, and just that's all it was. It was just a lot of fun. I had the shittiest seats in the Gillette Stadium. Behind me was the wall of the third level. That's where my seats were.
So they put you there so you can't punch anyone.
Yeah, fair. But no, my wife got the tickets. But
you get punched her.
Never again. Is she getting tickets for us?
You're not.
We all made fun of her because you literally could not have bought a shittier ticket.
Yeah.
The ones we were sitting in. But everyone was up and dancing. It was just a really fun show. Everybody knew all the songs. It was a fun show.
What was the closer? Was the
oh fuck, what was it? I'm
just curious, what the
I'd have to look it up, but I can't see.
Okay. That's okay.
I was not sober. But
shocking. You're shocking me with this news. It's like Jack making these revelations about Wall Street.
Hang on, I'll find it right now.
It's funny. Chris mentioned people buying bad tickets. My sister was in charge of buying us Jerry Seinfeld tickets. Well, we said, so she buys the tickets, but she saved money and bought us a little higher up. Well, this venue I can't remember where it was at in San Diego, the acoustics were terrible for some reason that night. Only the people in the front down below could hear him. We couldn't hear him. It's like having, earlier I had mic problems. It's like he wouldn't sing anything. And then it's like going, we got our money back.
Wow.
But it was disappointing because that's not her fault, but it was disappointing that you get, I can't wait to go see Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can't hear him.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, at least when I saw Kids in the Hall, which I saw them in a theater in Chicago, and, we were pretty high up, but you could still see what was happening. You could still hear the jokes. It was still everything was, the sound system worked.
Well, my thing was how did you not fucking work on the sound system during the day?
That's interesting.
And there was another show before us, and they still dragged us in there. I'm going, you knew it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Why not just give us our refund? Let us go home.
Why is Chris blacked out? Is he in?
I'm looking at the set list. So
I'm looking at it. I've got it.
So the encore for the show. This is the encore for Billy Joel. It was "We Didn't Start the Fire," Uptown
terrible
Girl,
song,
Uptown Girl, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, Big Shot, and you may be right with a Led Zeppelin interlude in the middle of it. Yeah. That was the fucking encore, dude. It was a crazy show.
They only sang 2 songs together, which I found surprising. So in Stevie Nicks' set, Billy sings the Don Henley part in "Stop Dragging My Heart Around."
Yep.
And then in Billy's set, Stevie sings with "And So It Goes."
Yep.
That's it.
That's fitting. And so it goes.
So how was Billy Joel? Was he good?
Yeah, he was great. He was awesome.
Vader.
I mean, it's easier for him to put on a show because he just sits there. You know what I mean? Like
I just lie there.
He's not dancing around.
Yeah, he's not up and around doing crazy shit like Bruce Springsteen. He's not like run around stage or whatever.
Was he in the Anakin suit where he's like?
That's what he's just with the harmonica on, just solid black. Yeah, he's over there. He's wearing a baseball cap. He's egghead Darth Vader. Yeah.
Dark eyebrows.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I would recommend going to see them if they're coming near you. But it's a long show. They played definitely 2 full sets. It's great.
I meant to say, you talking about your wife being cheap or getting the shittiest seats possible.
My wife.
Are you talking about my wife?
I'm talking about all your wives. Yeah.
This is my sister.
Stop talking about my wife.
Because Jack talked about his Alaska trip, and I went to Oregon the same week. But I just want to say this one story. My mom is, as you guys know, is one of the cheapest people on the planet. And some ways she's kind of wise. She's like, I'd rather spend more money when I'm on vacation on my meal than I would my hotel room because I'm only there to sleep. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But after so many days of going up the Oregon coast, sleeping in shitty hotels, finally she goes, oh, you guys are going to like this next hotel. She goes, it's the only one I splurged on. She goes, I actually have an ocean view at this place. And I'm like, okay, great. So we check in and it looks like a shithole. And when we open up the door, there's one window in it and it faces another building. And I go, I thought you said you got an ocean view. And I go, I did. And I actually asked the woman at the counter if we had an ocean view. She said, yes, you're going to like this room. So I walk all the way to the one window.
Yeah.
I'm facing the building. And then I look this way and I could see 1 foot of the Pacific Ocean.
but you saw it.
But I could see it from the room. There was an ocean.
So she wasn't lying.
She wasn't lying. But it's just like, it's one of those things where like, how much did you fucking pay extra for that ocean view? Like, was it like $100 and you paid $110? Like, what did you do?
Shrewd. Yeah. But you got to see the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I saw it all day. I mean, I drove up the coast, the whole entire Oregon.
But not from your room.
Not from my room. Yeah.
Not everybody can say that. I've never sat in a house somewhere and seen the Pacific Ocean. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm lying.
You're lying. I was like, you're lying.
I forgot. Watched a Charger game one time and they lost.
Yeah.
Fucking Chargers. Fuck them.
I do recommend if you guys have never been to Oregon. What's going on here?
Yeah. I'm saying, can you hear me now?
From earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, can you hear me now?
I'm sharing with everyone that's joining us live.
Nick was bashing me.
A visual image of the frustration earlier before Nick livened us up with DuckTales song. So.
But yeah, if any of y'all have never been to Oregon, I do recommend it. I actually had a very good time driving up the coast of Oregon, and I realize why people want to live there, but I also realize why people don't want to live there because it's fucking expensive. Yeah. What's going on? What are we looking for?
It is the best of the O states. So. Well, I mean, you got Oklahoma. You got.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. I think that's what he's pointing to because of Oregon.
Oh, that, yeah.
The Oregon.
Oh. So it's more like this, though, isn't it?
That's pretty cool. So my computer is turned on again.
Oh, nice.
Is that what you're looking at?
Just in time for us to end this show.
Yeah, I know. But apparently, I'll just do it this way because the desktop lock screen is now animated, or not animated, taking video.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool. That was fascinating.
Since we haven't aside from Jack going and seeing a movie, we haven't talked about anything because it's sad because we don't really have a whole lot of new material.
Luckily, the strike is over.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing, though, about this podcast that I hate the most. There's no plot.
There's no plot.
There's no plot. It's like
no, there is no story. There is no story. I just watched that the other day.
I'm saying that the only two new shows that have been out have been Ragnarok, which finished up, finished the whole season, and then Only Murders in the Building, which only has one more episode left, aside from Ahsoka.
Well, it's one more after tonight. One more after
this past week, yeah. Because it comes
I'm so pissed because I was so close to figuring something out. I had guessed earlier, and I'm like just this close. I had the wrong. I don't want to spoil anyone.
I mean, this only Murders in the Building season. I love the first two seasons. This third season, I felt was a.
So we'll never know what Nick said
because you muted yourself.
Oh, yeah. No. I really like it. I think it's getting. I mean, we only got a couple. One more episode left. It got good. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil you, Matt.
I will.
I can't believe the Butler
Scout's
did it.
honor.
The Butler did it.
I'm gonna see. I have to watch it because I spoiled Jack for last season. So.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
Yeah, so it's only fair. He's coming for me.
Steve Martin dies. I go.
Yeah.
It's
good. Like it finally is getting good. Like I just felt that it was too much of a slow build for this third season, but I have enjoyed it. Matt Treese, Reservation Dogs.
I've been wanting to watch Reservation Dogs.
I couldn't get into it. I watched probably the first 4 episodes of the first season, and I didn't. I should give it another shot. I just never got into it.
We were watching Survivor last night, and they're showing. Of course, I had to watch with the fucking commercials. So Cindy's watching it, and she goes, "All the shows are promoting are reality shows." I go, "A strike," and none of the shows are coming back for now. I mean, it'll probably
it'll be a while.
Yeah, and I'm happy because we have For All Mankind coming back in November, so at least I got something to watch.
Well, like I said, I'll watch reruns of stuff over. I mean, there was always something for me to watch, but
yeah.
Well, I've been on this huge Star Trek watch, so
that's why you haven't watched Murders in the Building, right?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it ends up being my background show, and so I kind of get in a rhythm. But I just finished Voyager. I really enjoyed how that show ended, actually. So I don't know how it was received at the time. I'm sure it didn't satisfy some people's expectations, but
give a little feedback.
I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, it's from Chris.
Sorry, hang on.
I'll just mute him. So.
I'd say something, but I don't want to go to a game with him someday and get hit. So I got to be quiet. It doesn't even matter if I wear glasses; it still hit me. You're muted, Chris.
Yeah, no, he's just testing stuff.
He's working. He's a podcaster. He's solid.
He's just dragging this thing out.
Oh, you wanted me to end it?
No, I'm kidding. Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well,
but you got you. I know Chris and I have watched Ragnarok. Have you guys watched Ragnarok?
I've seen the first 2 seasons, but I haven't seen beyond that.
Okay,
so.
It's only 3. That's it.
I've watched Fraggle Rock. If that helps. I mean, I've watched that.
Yeah,
that was on HBO, right? I think we talked about this before.
I never watched Fraggle Rock growing up.
I didn't watch. I think I watched it with my kids.
I didn't get it. We didn't have that.
Stuff. I had a cool theme song like Fraggle Rock. Ooh. Like
I was watching Sesame Street the other day. My grandkids were watching. I go. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like this CGI crap and all.
It's completely different now.
I want old school Sesame Street where they're painting numbers with an actual paint, and and they're doing videos and stuff like that. But it's none of this CGI crap. And they got new characters on there that are worse than Elmo.
If
you're worse than fucking Elmo, that's it.
Guys, show must go on. I can't do it. Yeah.
Elmo happy now. That was more like
wow. That was some pretty good Muppet voices there, guys. Yeah. I'm with you, Jack. I know that when I started my daughter watching Sesame Street, I was just like, nah, we're not doing this. And so I found some older, because there are some other stations that you can watch some of the older episodes and stuff like that back in the day. This was when I
was like, who the fuck are all these people? And my grandkids like, I don't know who. I don't recognize any of the fuckers.
Half the cast is like retired or died.
I know. I get it. I get it.
To go on forever.
I get. It's been a good 25 years since I've watched.
I mean, that show is literally like Survivor. Those humans have lived among the Muppets without them eating them that whole time.
Do you think they go, I'm happy to go to work today? I mean, it's a job. It's a job. I get it. But
paying gig.
It's a paying gig, but there's certain things. I mean,
it's got to be better than some things.
Well, that is better than something. I'm just saying, people, we all look, oh, you're on TV. Yeah, but I'm on Sesame Street. I got to do the same bullshit every fucking day. Be happy.
Imagine being Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
probably saying because Vanna White got old. Is that what you're saying?
That. No, I just meant like.
Oh, I thought you were complaining about that.
Pat Sajak literally did nothing, and he got paid millions.
Well, he had a TV
he
show.
did more than. I mean, not to be sexist, but he did more than Vanna White.
Hey, Vanna White had to push the button to turn the letters.
You guys have really gone off the rails.
She had to point. She had to turn. No, I'm just saying. I'm sure there's. I mean, it's a paying job. It's better than doing what most of did for our living and stuff like that. But I'm saying there's got to be some, like, if you're on a TV show that's, say you're on Manifest and you're the one person that can act. Yeah, gotta go to work today. These people can't fucking act. I mean, we all complain about our coworkers and where are they going with this fucking storyline? I can't believe I signed a contract at the end.
The thing is, if you are the best actor on Manifest, you probably are a little cocky at first because you're like, I'm the best fucking guy on here. Why am I on this show? And then it dawns on you, why am I on this show? And then you probably humbled a little bit because you realized that you might not be a good actor as you thought you were.
That's true. But I was thinking, it's like, a sport where you're playing a sport and you got people on there that can't play the sport. You're like going, what the fuck? It's got to be the same way as an actor. Say you're Meryl Streep.
San Diego Chargers.
San Diego Chargers, exactly. Yep. And if you go to, say you're Meryl Streep and you go on Manifest, but they're paying you a boatload of money. They're just saying, Meryl Streep, we need you to class up the joint and bring this. And she goes on there and she's up here and they're terrible. She couldn't be happy about going to work.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. It just there's. I'd be an actor. I wouldn't care. I mean, to me, if I'm on the show and it's boring, they'd be having to pay me a boatload of money.
That's one of the.
Well, what am I talking about? I'm on the RCAD.
Right.
Shit.
I know I recommended it to you guys, but it's a documentary about Galaxy Quest called "Never Give Up, Never Surrender," and there's one part of it that is actually really funny. Talking about Alan Rickman, because Alan Rickman, was actually trained actor and it was very true to his craft and all that, and then Tim Allen was just Tim Allen. He didn't give a shit. And there's one scene where he has to actually show emotion to this guy who's being tortured on the medical table, and they kept making him do take after take after take, and
what movie was Alan Rickman and Tom Allen in together?
Tim Allen?
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy Quest. That's right. It's
probably one of the best Star Trek movies ever. Yeah. Nice.
Double, Chris. Double your pleasure.
Now it works.
Now I'm thinking of the double.
Does it work that one?
Theme song.
Really?
Yeah.
It's working.
Okay.
I did not know what Jerry's saying in the chat.
But Tim Allen, I can't remember it verbatim, but there's this. They're talking about that scene in particular, and Tim Allen actually said, "No, I want to stop now." He goes, "I'm feeling uncomfortable doing this scene now. Like I'm feeling something." And Alan Rickman, very British, just like, "I think you finally discovered acting."
Galaxy Quest is good. I rewatched it. I rewatched it maybe about a year ago. So
yeah, you should watch that documentary because even Josh Long's interviews are great about how
Josh's Schlong is the episode title of this episode.
Fucking Josh's Schlong.
Josh's Long.
Just a little tiny space or a dot, and then
apostrophe S or just Josh.
What you're the blurb writer.
I'm glad I got my microphone and earpods.
Just in time.
That was perfect. Perfect.
He is one of those people that names things.
But Josh Long was talking about
Ted Lasso.
Now I can't unhear that. About how he was early in his career when he had that little bit role and just in Galaxy
Quest.
Bit role. And like a lot of actors, all you know about acting when you're a kid is impersonating other actors. And he goes, if you look at,
you give an inch.
So it was Ron Jeremy.
Such a schlong.
But he said, like, if you look at the things he's doing, is I'm being Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, and I'm also being there's another character. Like, there's two. When you see him do it, you're like, oh, I see what he's doing now. Chris Farley was one. Michael J. Fox was one. He goes, I'm being these awkward characters from my childhood, impersonating them, and how that's what I'm doing. I was like, oh, that makes total sense.
Can I file a complaint?
Sure.
Before I'm watching TikTok, and I don't know if Chris has seen these videos where they're or you guys seen these videos where they're making spaghetti sauce.
Oh no!
And they always take the spaghetti and crack it in half, and they put it in the bowl and stuff like that. I go, oh, it makes it easier to fit in the bowl. I'm sure that's why it is. I haven't seen the video on why. So the other day, where my wife made her sauce, I said, I'll cook the spaghetti. So I go, I'm gonna do what they do on TikTok. So I go like this. I go. It was like an explosion. It was like
everywhere.
It was. I go, well, that did. It's never once.
Your wife murdered you because like you would never do that to your spaghetti.
I don't like to break it in half.
No,
I just thought it was easier to fit. But anyway, and the spaghetti, I'll be honest, it came out like shit. But the sauce is so good, it makes up for it. But I just like going. Not one person has ever been cooking. And on TikTok, and it's been an explosion where the shit goes. I mean, it was
that's
fucking
because that's
everywhere.
all you see from the camera is just that the other shit flew.
Well,
everywhere.
that should be taken off. TikTok.
It's TikTok magic, man.
That's bullshit.
You got lured by the TikTok magic.
And they break into little. I go, oh my god, these are gonna be a pain in the ass.
My TikTok jam lately has been like learning history stuff about like the Roman, like how they built shit and those like computer generation.
About the Roman Empire, man.
What can we talk about that shit? What is that about?
You like movies about gladiator? I have no idea. It was a
what do you mean?
Something went around on social media about.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's that girl. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, so you're fucking with me.
No, I know I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm done now.
I've been watching the. Hello.
We're here. We're all good.
What are you watching on TikTok, Chris? Record scratch. It's weird. I started to make a draft of something that
Big Boobs Live.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's why I was getting blowback. Give me a heart. Stuff about the Romans. That heart.
But you can't show something randomly violent because that'll be taken off in a second. But no, you're bouncing around with your, everything. That's okay.
Chris is watching TikTok right now.
I'm trying to think of what it's a lot of sports stuff.
And boobs. I don't know.
Boobs.
Jesus Christmas. And with a champion T-shirt to boot. Okay, I'm gonna send this to you
guys. I get a lot of the people in. It's kind of like Matt. You get the people, world leaders, and what behind the stuff you may not know, and you're like going,
oh, yeah. No, I just like the random kind of history or science. I like science stuff, where I'm like kind of learning like a little.
You're welcome.
So,
you can't get your headphones to work. What are you talking about? Science.
No, me.
No, I said you're welcome.
Oh, okay. I thought you're the one that was doing your science videos. Is what I was saying.
No, but it is weird with TikTok, Jack. I don't know if you've.
I'm guilty as well.
Oh, so now it's starting to kick in.
Now,
Jack here.
Well, they kicked on about 15 minutes ago, but luckily I didn't have to say anything.
Just so
dude, I ate mine before we started Ahsoka. Shit.
Well, I'm trying these because I haven't
slept in a week. Fantastic.
This is ridiculous.
All right. Let's stick a fork in this one. What do you see, guys?
Right.
Huh? Let's pull this puppy over.
Josh's schlong has been.
Josh's schlong is gone. Just keeps going.
we usually run a little bit longer.
Hey,
with the RCAD, but
wait, has Nick's name been High Boobs the whole time, or was it High Bob?
Matt, you asshole.
So for everybody that is not watching us live,
so it was High Bob before.
Yes, I have the power.
High Bob. Yeah.
I have the power to change the people's names in the squares because I am the producer this week. And I changed Jack's, which said hello, to hello from the other side.
I didn't even notice that.
I changed Nick's from High Bob to High Boobs. And then I had changed Chris's to what did you have before? You just put it back.
You have the main 8 letters, that main 8 keys.
Yeah.
Oh, I changed it to a Beach Boys song. This is the worst trip I've ever been on, or something like that.
This is the worst trip I've ever been on.
And then I changed mine too.
John says you changed it a while ago. I didn't notice. I was looking at Nick because I was trying to figure out what he was doing.
It's probably a half an hour ago because I was
sleeping.
Like, are they gonna notice? How long are they gonna notice?
I did. I was trying to figure. I don't have no idea what Chris.
Well, if you'd have made it longer,
if
you'd made like a schlong long, I would have noticed it. But since you only added 2 letters.
But at this time,
did you not notice it either, Matt? Nick, that he had changed your.
I never noticed it until you said it, Jack. And I was like,
yeah. Now it's gonna stick.
Because I would have noticed boobs earlier. I think.
I always
don't know. Boobs. I don't know. It's a little. The proof is in the podcast. Ooh, okay. It's that schlong.
It's that schlong.
Thank you for everybody.
I've never been on this schlong.
Now I remember why I hate being a podcaster.
No, producer.
Producer, yeah, because once Jack.
Hey, do we have any emails?
I don't think so.
No, there's no emails. There's none. Negatory.
No, just a good last week.
For everybody that's listening or tuning in to us live, we're trying to also kind of fit in Ahsoka as well. So we're doing kind of a double duty. That's why RCAD is a little bit shorter this week. Probably be a little bit shorter next week. That's what she said. And after that, we'll be back to our regular kind of RCAD size. Hopefully, Jack will have his internet fixed out because I don't plan on being the producer.
I'll be honest with you. That should be the verses. Should Matt be the producer?
Nope.
You know what? That's what I pick next time. Who should be the producer?
Matt? I hope you don't win.
Yeah, I'm going to win again someday, and that's going to be the verses. Yep.
Well, even if the people vote, doesn't mean that I become.
And John said I think he edited his name to edit the names again. I didn't see it. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Mike, Miami Mike chimes in. What time does the show start?
As soon as the Dolphins score 75 points.
Most likely next week we'll start again at 10 or 10:15 if we have computer errors.
I don't know. I think you guys are doing Thursday. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Thursday works. Right.
They did shut down Mile High. It's now a Halloween store. So, Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, that's what I saw at the Trump Hotel. Yeah. All right. So at this point, we're going to thank some patrons that make this show possible. We'd like to thank all of the patrons that make this show possible, specifically and I gave them special names that relate to this episode, just like
that's why Matt should be the fucking producer,
just like I did with the Ahsoka. We have Ice Joanne, Maggie. Oh, Manifest Maggie. It just works. Right?
I think you've done that.
You're basically telling her she sucks.
I think you used that one before on Maggie.
I think so.
No, I haven't.
You told her twice now she sucks.
Ragnarok Eckhart and only Ed's in the building.
So. You know what? If we do the verses, I'm going to let it go for a few weeks because these names you came up with fresh in their mind. So I'll wait like 2 months.
You think that's going to sway them? These people.
No, that'll sway them the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be.
I don't think We Built This City is going to win because.
No, I'm just saying the next time I win,
I'm pretty sure Call Me Maybe. It could be, yeah. I don't know. Call Me Maybe because it's a newer song. It's definitely more of a J pick. So I think.
Yeah. Well, thanks for everybody that joined us. Thank you for the show. Thanks, Jack, for being the podcast producer this week, and Chris, thanks for
best produced podcast.
Schlonging along. You really held in there the longest. And Nick, thanks for writing the song. You really pepped us up. So
it was a pepper because I was about ready to quit. And I could see Chris's face. He was not very happy. So
yeah. On that note, we'll see you next week.
I didn't realize we were still recording.
Yeah, I'm about ready to hit the stop thing. I just wanted to kind of give a little, DuckTales of woo.
Jack's about to go take a 17-hour shower, although it's only going to be 3 minutes.
I do have to take a shower after this. Help me.